Hello friends of the channel, today I bring you a story that many know but few truly understand. The story of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir, two icons of Turkish television who, behind the spotlight, lived through a silent storm. It all began like a fairy tale. In the series Early Bird, their chemistry was undeniable. On and off screen, they seemed close and in sync. Fans hoped that their love was real, and maybe for a moment it was, but something broke. According to close sources, Can didn't know how to value what he had. His ego grew with fame, while Demet became invisible in his world. She quietly stepped away, without conflict, and never looked back. That choice marked the beginning of her transformation. With elegance and strength, Demet moved forward. She worked on new projects, won awards, and became a symbol of determination. She never spoke ill of him. Her success was her answer. Every step she took sent a clear message. Meanwhile, Can left Turkey. In Italy, he was welcomed as a star, but something inside him was breaking. Years later, he admitted he had hurt someone. He didn't say who, but everyone understood. His eyes now reflected regret, but it was already too late. Demet didn't turn back. Not because it didn't hurt, but because she realized her worth didn't depend on anyone. She chose dignity, and Can realized, perhaps too late, that some losses can't be healed, not even by fame. Today, he continues his career. She, her freedom. And this story reflects the experience of many women who choose to walk away when they are no longer a priority. Because sometimes silence says more than 1,000 words. With this statement, she's not trying to revive the past, but to close it. To give it an end with dignity. Because even love that hurts deserves to be remembered with respect. And with this truth, Demet shines again. Demet Özdemir is one of those figures who stir passion, admiration, and sometimes unnecessary judgment. Her presence lights up every screen, every interview, every public appearance. But what I admire most about her is not just her talent as an actress, which she has proven time and time again, but her ability to remain true to herself in an environment where everyone thinks they know what she should do, who she should be with, and how she should live. Some say Demet is alone, that she should find a partner, that it's time for her to start a family. But who decides when the right time is? Why must a woman's happiness always be measured by the presence or absence of a man beside her? I see in Demet a fulfilled woman who has built her success through authenticity, effort, and an inner energy that doesn't depend on anyone else to shine. Nowadays, every move she makes sparks rumors, every photo she posts is dissected for clues of a potential relationship. And yet we forget the most important thing, her right to privacy. As some fans have rightly said, her life is hers. And if Can is no longer part of her personal story, then it's time to let go of a past that perhaps never was what we imagined. And if Can is no longer a part of her personal story, then it's time to let go of a past that perhaps never was what we imagined. The chemistry we saw on screen between them was magical, yes, but it doesn't entitle us to force a reality that exists only in the dreams of fans. Demet doesn't need publicity. As one follower said, someone wants to exploit her light. And they're right. Many media outlets try to fabricate empty headlines just to attract attention. But she doesn't need it. Her talent speaks for itself. Her charisma is natural, and her audience loves her for who she is, not for who she's seen with. It's easy to judge from the outside. No one really knows what Demet has lived behind closed doors. The sacrifices, the betrayals she's overcome, the moments of doubt. Being a public figure doesn't mean having to share every emotion, every fall, every love or heartbreak. Yet Demet has shown herself to be human, sensitive, approachable, never vulgar, never seeking scandal. Life has given her much: health, success, international recognition. Now it's time for her private joy. And whether or not she chooses to share it, that should be her decision, not ours. Not the media's, not those who think they know what's best for her. My admiration for Demet doesn't come just from what she does on screen, but from how she stands firm in a world that often tries to bring down strong women. She remains upright, more elegant, more radiant, more free than ever, and that is what makes her a true queen. So instead of continuing to speculate, instead of trying to find her a boyfriend or questioning her single status, let's celebrate what truly matters: her strength, her authenticity, her art. Because Demet Özdemir doesn't need anyone to be complete. She already is. And today, that is an act of courage. That's why I believe it's time to look at Demet Özdemir with new eyes. Not as a decorative figure or a tabloid celebrity, but as an artist with vision, with talent, and with a sensitivity rarely recognized in this business. It's time to value Demet for what she truly is: a self-made woman who never asked for permission to move forward and doesn't need anyone's validation to know her worth. Demet isn't interested in fueling old stories or living in the past. Demet isn't interested in fueling old stories or living in the past. She's focused on what she's building now. And even if that bothers some people, it's exactly that attitude that makes her strong, consistent, and above all, authentic. Because in the end, what remains is not the noise, but the legacy. And Demet is writing hers step by step.